Today we're doing a little review on the 500 Smith and Wesson Magnum with the 10.5-inch barrel. This comes out of the Performance Center, and if this is just part one of the video. All I'm going to be doing is talking. If you want to see it being shot at some fun stuff at longer ranges, you can go to the part two video, fast forward to about the 12-minute mark, and you can see it being shot at 400 yards and shot at some fun stuff like pumpkins, that kind of thing. But yeah, the 500 Smith and Wesson Magnum is the most powerful revolver that is production double action in the world. It has roughly 4 times the energy of a 44 Magnum and 8 times the energy of a 9mm. This gun is intended for hunting. I'm not a hunter, but for me it's going to be more of a range toy. Kind of wanted a new challenge. I have a lot of experience shooting long-range rifles, but thought I would get a pistol to try and shoot long-range, and ended up having a lot of fun with it. It's a very versatile gun. You can load 275 grain bullets all the way up to 700 grain from I believe it's Underwood ammo, and but I decided to go with the 300 grain Hornady Custom Winchester 500. It's a 300 grain FTX bullet. The advertised velocity from Hornady shooting out of an 8 1/4 inch barrel is 2,075 feet per second. The average that I got shooting it out of this 10.5 inch barrel was 1912, which is about 163 feet per second off, and it was 70 degrees outside, so I don't really know what the reason for the difference in foot-pound or feet per second was. But yeah, the Hornady bullet was kind of the most popular bullet out there. It had a lot of good reviews, and since I knew I was going to be shooting it at long range, wanted a lighter weight bullet that was going faster. It also has a ballistic tip on it, so when I'm shooting it to fun stuff like pumpkins, it really delivers a lot of energy on target. This is a bullet that I took out of a row of milk jugs that I shot full of water, and it weighed 200 grains after being shot and expanded to 69 caliber, and expanded really well going through water. But like I said, in the following video, you can see me shoot it out to 400 yards on steel, and it did really well. As far as hunting, I wouldn't recommend somebody shoot it out that far, but definitely in the 200 yard range, I think it would be a very effective pistol. Again, I'm not a hunter, but this pistol has been used to take the Big 5 in Africa, so it's very capable. If you were to shoot all 5 rounds out of here, you'd have about 15,000 foot-pounds of impact force, and with the double action trigger, you can just keep pulling without having to pull back the hammer. If you use a 440 grain bullet, the performance is similar to a 12 gauge shotgun. A lot is said about the recoil of this pistol, but between it weighing 6 pounds roughly and having a very effective muzzle brake there at the end that directs some of the blast back towards you, along with these really soft hoe grips back here, I've shot it 35 times and really didn't have any discomfort at all in my hand. The only thing you feel, much like the 50 BMG, there's a lot of overpressure from that muzzle brake. This one also has that. When you drop the hammer, it almost feels like being punched in the nose, but it's really not that uncomfortable, so it's not an issue. It does have nice iron sights on it with an adjustable rear and a high visibility orange front sight. I don't know if you can see that, but I elected to take advantage of the Weaver rail from the Performance Center has installed on there, and put a Ultra Dot Match Dot 2 on top. You don't hear a whole lot about these red dot sights, but they're, I believe, the first company to actually make a red dot sight. It has 11 different brightness settings, and the click adjustments are 1 MOA. You also have your choice of 2 MOA up to 8 MOA red dots, and a reticle, I believe it is, but really I only needed it for the 2 MOA. The main selling point was having an actual target turret where you can dial the exact number of clicks that you want It's also resettable to 0, so that once you get it zeroed at whatever you want it to, you can undo this screw on top, put the cap back on at 0, and if you know the range to your target, you can actually dial it. For me, this data that I got was with a 25-yard 0. It was a little bit high at 100. At 150, it was back down to 0. At 200, had 3 clicks on there. At 250, had 7. At 300, I had 12 clicks. 350 was 18. And at 400, it took 24 clicks to get on steel. But I'm very happy with this red dot. I will say it comes with some pretty cheap rings when you buy it. So I like to get these Vortex tactical rings. And I torqued those down as much as I possibly could without stripping the screws, and put a lot of blue Loctite on there to make sure that it stayed in place under some pretty heavy vibration, heavy recoil. Some people have asked me why I got this gigantic pistol, but one, it's kind of a compliment to the 50 BMG, with it being the most powerful rifle you can buy without it being a destructive device. This is arguably the most powerful pistol you can buy in the 50 caliber as well, so it made a nice compliment to the collection there. Second is social capital. Take a lot of people shooting, and giving somebody the experience of shooting this revolver is something they'll absolutely never forget. Third, I've done, like I said, a lot of long-range shooting with rifles. Wanted the challenge of seeing how I could get hits out on steel at longer ranges with a handgun. And fourth, for me, shooting, whether I'm competing, teaching somebody how to shoot, or just going out to the range, shooting for me is about having fun. And this pistol is an absolute blast to shoot. And that's all for today. Check out part 2, where you'll see me actually zero it, shoot it through a chronograph, and have a lot of fun with it. Thanks for watching.